Fatty acid esters.
Wow.
Welcome to Curiosity Public Dutch Jones.
Dylan.
Welcome to another episode of our Ultimate Spirits competition. Our quest to review every sipping spirit on the face of the planet, subjected to our crazy hard 100-point scoring system. And in this episode, a new release, guys. By the time the video comes out, it's been out for like release. Months, probably.
We're going to have 03.
FAE-02. This is the second special release in 2021 from Maker's Mark. Guys, I think we've kind of become Maker's Mark fanboys over the past few years.
I think we're going to say the opposite. Like, we've become a pariah after the FAE-01 review.
Completely agree. I mean, I think the first two, the RC6 and the SE4 PR5 R2D2 one, we were loving it. And then FAE-01 came along and we were like, you know, it's a good bourbon, but it's not special like the other ones were. Mm-hmm. Have they knocked it up?
Wow.
Have they knocked it?
Sure.
Have they knocked it out of the park with FAE-02? Let's find out. So FAE, and they've been using this horrible nomenclature, I gotta say.
Is it?
I think it's horrible. Just call it 2021 limited release. Like all these acronyms. Let's take a look at the bottle here. As you can see, it's got a slightly different label than the FAE-01. It just says FAE-02. It's a different color.
Slightly different, just says.
54.55%, 109.1. Proof. 10 virgin toasted French oak staves. Do you don't have a glass?
You don't have a glass either. But guess who has a glass?
I always have a glass.
I thought I had a glass. Who's supposed to do this?
I think that was you.
Who's job?
I got the bottle. Jules, you or Jules?
No, you gotta get the bottle and the glasses.
All right, guys, I'm gonna get this poured now that we have our glasses. Jillian, what else you got on this?
So, FAE-02, the staves are French oak that's double heat treated. So that's what's interesting about it. They use infrared, which that's, I think, the first treatment, and then it's a flame finish. And so they argue that the infrared creates furans, or caramel flavor, and then the finish provides the vanilla. So that's what they're talking about. The FAE-01, they only seared one side of the stave, leaving one side raw, so providing different flavors. I think they were trying to say they wanted to get like the feeling of the distillery, right? I think they were trying to invoke or
the fermenting thing.
Yeah, they were trying to get that kind of thing. We always thought that it's just a weird presentation for a wheated bourbon.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right. Let's get tasting, but before we get there, I want to give a little teaser for our members of Curiosity Private. Now, either on our subscription service here on YouTube or on our Patreon, we're going to do a blind comparison right after this between this and the FAE-01 and the SE4 PR5 and the RC6 and the Lee Community Batch. So basically just another private select, because we really want to see, hey, what stands out, what doesn't stand out. And again, this is exclusive for our big kickoff for our Patreon and our membership here on YouTube, Curiosity Private. You guys get to see exclusive content like this, and you get to support our channel to support us doing stupid stuff like this. So, thank you. And make sure you join if you want to see this stuff. Took the wrong bottle off. Gotta leave that one here. All right, guys, let's get tasting.
How much was this?
Price point is 60.
Oh.
I'll tell you exactly how much I paid, though.
Okay.
70. So we paid $69.99. Shipping was $12. Tax was $6. So it was $88, $89 by the time I got it. Mm. But if I had just waited for it to show up in the stores, 70. 80 with tax. All right, guys, we've had some time to taste. We've had some time to score. We're now going to reveal our initial scores before we've had a chance to discuss them. But first, Jewel is going to tell you guys our scoring system breakdown in less than 5 seconds.
We do have a 100-point grading system across 10 categories, 10 points each mostly. They include aroma, flavor, body, complexity, balance, finish, uniqueness, drinkability, aesthetics, and value. Now, however, we do favor flavor at 20 points, and the sex and value away at 5 points each. You can medal in our competition if you score above a 60. You get bronze, silver, gold to diamond.
All right, guys, initial score time. I gave this 78.
Of course you did.
63.
68. Yeah.
What?
Okay, this will be an interesting discussion.
What?
Okay, whatever. All right, let's start with aroma.
You're not ready to discuss.
I am. I mean, I thought the aroma was great. I got cherry. I got all kinds of stuff. Caramel presentation, and I gave it a 9.
I gave it a 9.
Fantastic nose.
Fantastic nose.
Absolutely
Fantastic.
amazing nose.
Yeah.
Jewel?
I give it a 7. It was
You
quite-
are out of your mind.
No.
Smell this again.
I am. Like,
Forget that it's Maker's Mark for a second. This is an excellent nose. Bold,
it just feels
easy to pick out.
not bold. Toned down.
No.
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 Tone
I disagree.
No, dude.
Toned down.
Whatever. Okay,
Tone
so
down.
let me kind of
Jules is
describe.
making me angry again.
So the first thing, the first wave, I got white sugar and mint.
You didn't get cherry? I got punched in the face with
No.
cherry.
And then I got elderberry, then boysenberry,
Caramel.
and then the berried flower started to come back up, and then it ended with the Maker's Mark cookie release, where they were going for that like white sugar, almost bready,
Yeah.
like
I thought the
delicious.
nose. I'm with you. I think the nose is excellent. I
think this
disagree
is
with
the
you on the
best part.
description.
This is the best part of this
yeah.
release.
Yep, I
This
agree.
is the best part.
It's pretty much the highest category for me.
But you know what? I was gonna. The reason why it's not a 10 is because I don't understand how this is an FAE-02. Like it should just be like blah 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 blah. I mean, like it's just a release because I don't understand the
Doesn't
theme.
smell like Maker's Mark.
What's the theme?
yeah.
What's the theme? I don't want to get it.
Yeah,
It's not like the.
it had a little room to improve, but not a lot. It was really good.
This is like a
Bold.
It doesn't.
Excellent.
Doesn't smell like a distillery though.
Yeah, you're right. But let's move on to flavor, our biggest category out of 16, out of 20 points. I give it a 16.
You give it a 15.
I gave it a 15, and I'm thinking about going down.
I mean, I see what you guys are saying, but I think that there's
Light on everything, dude.
just
Light caramel.
There's such a big grain hit.
There is, yeah.
But that kind of
put,
overshadowed
deep
everything
oak,
else.
A lot of deep oak for me.
I got the grain and I got a nice bit of spice, and then I got this weird like bitter thing going on as well. So I think that there are a lot of flavors, even though some of them I didn't really like. So I had to really try to parse what I liked versus just the amount of flavor, and I had to try to kind of draw that middle line. So
For a $70 and $80 release, this is the most disappointing thing I think I've had all year.
Yeah.
This is sad.
weak.
Brad
This
job,
is
Robert.
sad.
This is weak.
no, there's a lot of
$70,
flavors.
$80. I'm talking about $70, $80. You paid more. $90. $90. Are you telling me that you paid $90 and this is the flavor profile you're longing for? Get out of here. Give me a break. Are you serious?
I'm gonna go to a
Get
15.
out of here.
we can-
$80 Remus 5.
Just so we
the
can,
one that you
just
hate.
so we can all agree, I'll go down a point. You guys are right.
Absolutely insane.
There are flavors here. There are distinct, clear flavors here, but you're right. It's a 15.
It's all muddled, dude.
Okay,
it's
if
all
this is-
muddled.
if-
grain,
Doesn't
it's
matter.
grain and
It's
spice.
grain,
Yeah.
it is.
If this is the spectrum of flavors that you could get in terms of the bourbon, it just basically narrows it down.
Are we just covering Jules' face?
It is essentially sugar. It's sugar.
I don't even get the sugar
Didn't
on
even
that.
don't
get
get sugar.
molasses.
It's so light on the sugar.
Caramel is
so light.
Very
will say
difficult
this.
to get. I didn't even get the wood that I got in FAE-01. This is insane. Like,
I got some oak.
I
but it's
gotta
not that
prefer
strong.
the FAE-01 because
I
at least
don't
that
think I
one
do.
was consistent with what they were trying to do, which is the distillery.
Yeah, but that
this
was
is-
more off-putting to me. I actually think I slightly preferred this to FAO1 overall, not necessarily on the flavor components, but overall I think I was preferring this a little bit.
I've had this flavor before. I've had this flavor in like sourced bourbon, $30, $40 bourbon.
It's like nondescript bourbon. You're right. It's not Makers.
It's disappointing.
Okay, let's move on.
I don't know why it's 15. I'm going to bring it down to 14.
Okay, Dylan's going to a 14. Let's keep going, guys. Body. I actually thought the mouthfeel wasn't bad. I gave it a 7.
It was okay. I give it a 6.
I give it a 7.
Yeah, it's not bad. The mouthfeel is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
It's too light.
No, it's actually not. It actually coats the tongue. It's like you dissociate it from the flavors, and it's not a bad body.
I mean, it's just sweet. It's just
Sweet, but as far as the way that it coats the palate, I don't
It's
really
weak on
have
the viscosity.
You know what this reminds me
7.
of? It reminds me of the pure wheat whiskey of Hooker bourbon. My gosh, it does. It does. It's like that sugar, very, very one-dimensional release. The pure 100% wheat whiskey.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm writing.
Let's keep going. Let's get to complexity. Despite the shortcomings of this, I do think that there are a lot of different things happening, and therefore I gave it bonus points on complexity for a 9.
I give it a 6. There's not enough happening here. I'm missing even the standard.
You guys you're being jaded by the fact that you didn't like it. There's still a lot of different things happening. I think you have to.
Still a decent score. I mean, dude,
come on. What did Jillian give?
I have no emotion, first of all. I don't believe in emotion.
You removed your emotion chip yesterday?
Yeah, complexity, I gave it a 6.
You guys are way off.
I'm not gonna cheers you because I think I'm gonna bring it down to a 5. Because this is like the single.
You, honestly.
No, this is like a
because
single grain whiskey. This was like a single grain wheat whiskey. You get the sugar, right?
Yeah.
You get a little bit of the oak, maybe, and then that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
So,
I just tasted it again.
it's not off-putting. Let me just say it's not off-putting.
I just tasted it again. There's a lot less spice the second time.
Yeah,
it's a lot more
no
mellow.
way this is your whatever 9 you give him.
Yeah, it's not.
That's
it's
insane.
Not, man.
It's just a little bit of
This
sweet,
is
a little bit of
barely
grain,
middle of the road.
and like a touch of spice.
I'll bet you what it is. He's still tasting.
You can't say that. Stop with the continuity.
Thanks for ruining.
I did it on purpose.
I'm gonna cut all that anyway. I'm gonna go to a 7 actually.
Wow.
You guys are so generous.
That's a big drop. What? I gave it a 5.
I gave it a 9 originally. Okay, let's keep going, guys.
Complex
we got a lot of other categories to get to. Let's get to balance. 6.
Yeah, 6.
I actually gave it an 8.
What?
Yeah.
For what's here, you're right.
No, it's
actually
not balanced for what's here.
No, you're
It's
balancing
so light
two
on the
things.
sweetness.
You're balancing
Exactly,
two things.
and they're not equal. That means they're off balance.
No.
Dylan has a point. The grain and the sweet are
grain is
There's nothing that tells me like, oh my gosh, this is overwhelming me, and therefore it's detracting from. It's not even distracting actually.
It's detracting. It's not distracting.
Exactly. So I don't have a problem with that. I think that's
Okay, you're right. I'm gonna go up to a 7 on the balance. My gosh, this is the ugliest scorecard I've ever had. I've changed a lot here. So I ended up at a 7. You're still at a 6. Dylan is at a 7 as well. Let's get to finish. I actually thought the finish was pretty long. I didn't really enjoy it. It was a lot of spice. I ended up at an 8 actually because of the length.
It was okay. It wasn't that long for me, and it was definitely a lot of spice.
I can still taste
components.
I'm not saying it's good, but it's long, and I gave it bonus points for that.
I gave it a 6. Yeah. It's longer.
Yeah.
It's not long. It's longer.
It's pretty long.
But it's very, very one-dimensional. I mean, it's
so weak. I'm hoping something else will pop up. You know, nothing.
It's just really.
It just fades
boring.
and then boink.
Holy moly, it's boring.
It's almost have you going down a point.
Yeah, nothing, dude. Nothing else happens on
I don't know
finish.
what. I mean, you've tasted amazing
you
honey
experiencing?
barrel bourbon. You've tried
Finish is
amazing
weak.
things that would score that score.
Yeah.
This is
Exactly.
not that.
This is not it.
I still
You have
get
to
a
go
little bit of
down.
that spice that's not bad.
It's not there.
I'm still getting it. I'm
Wow.
still getting it. I don't know. It's really lasting on my palate. I don't know why. Let's move on to uniqueness.
I think it's because you bought it.
No, I wanted to like this a lot more. Uniqueness for a maker's mark. This flavor profile is super unique, guys. It's an 8.
It's not.
What?
What is wrong with you?
No.
What is wrong?
What this is, man, a Maker's Mark tasting like this is an anomaly.
Go first.
No, I give it a 6. And it's not that unique. In fact, actually, I don't remember what I scored on FAE-01, but I feel like that was probably more unique than this.
I agree.
This has what
you.
happened to any profile here? I don't know what the heck they were trying to accomplish because everything was just
This
so
is more
light.
enjoyable, though.
Because it's weak. Because it's weaker, maybe.
I don't know. Dylan, what'd you give it?
You know what's more? I gave it a 5 in uniqueness. You know why? I'm gonna just start naming stuff, okay?
No.
The Lee release,
cares.
okay? The sugar cookie release.
Yes, those are so different. That's the
Lakers
point.
release,
This
right?
stands out from
This
the pack.
does not.
That's what uniqueness
You know what?
is.
If you put this in a regular Maker's release,
know what's
Maker's
gonna be funny?
46,
You know what's going to be funny?
I'd be like, did I get a skunky bottle?
Yes,
of Maker's
that's
46?
unique. It's not good. It's unique.
No.
You guys are.
It's bland. You know what's funny, though? I think in our blind, I'm going to end up choosing this.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
That's what's going to happen.
All right, let's keep going to drinkability. I have to go down a point. I was at a 7. I'm going to go to a 6.
Yeah, actually, I give it a 7 as well. But I don't know.
really wanna
I think
go back
the
into
issue
this
is because I
give
don't
it a
want to
6.
go back to it.
6 for Dylan as well.
So I will
6.
drop it. Yeah.
So we all agree 6.
Yeah. I was more thinking of, well, yeah, I mean, you can just keep drinking this. It's so light.
The reason I went a little higher is I'm a little bit intrigued because I kind of wanted to keep seeing is there something else here, but that's not the right way to keep drinking.
Yeah. No, agreed.
All right. Final 2 categories: aesthetic and value. Aesthetics, it's a 4. All of these bottles are 4s to me.
I give it a 4.
I give it a 3.
I don't think it's bad.
I mean, it's basically you hit it on the head earlier. Like, oh yeah, it's like, it's so unique from FAE-01. They just changed it from 1
color.
to 2 in the color scheme.
Yeah, I'm okay with it though. I like these bottles. Maker's Mark is
Don't get me wrong, I love the
simplistic
wax
from the start.
Yeah, I agree.
And
I love
that's
the
what they
wax,
pride themselves on,
yeah.
so I have to take that into account. 4. I'm going to stick with that.
Okay.
Final category, value. Out of 5, I had a 4. I'm actually going to go down to a 3.
I think that's a 1. I'm tempted to even go 0.
I give it a 2.
No, not
give
for
it
all
a
the
2.
crap that's coming out. I don't think I could give this any lower than a 3.
What?
There's so much crap
gotta go
coming
lower.
out that's priced at the same price, and this is actually not as bad as some of that stuff.
Wow, you are really
You guys just don't try enough whiskey, man. Like, seriously. You
Are
guys,
you joking?
Dylan, you maybe do, but Jules definitely
I
doesn't.
could agree with that statement.
Jules
but I'm
tries
just
like
saying.
3 things a year.
I'm just
so I
saying.
understand that, but like Bradshaw bourbon, blackened whiskey, all this stuff, like
2 celebrity ones.
whatever, it doesn't matter, dude. It's not like it's most whiskeys. Okay, if Buffalo Trace had a special release that tasted just like this, they would price it for $200.
No, they wouldn't. This is a $30 bourbon.
Yeah, for
This is
Buffalo
a
Trace.
$30 bourbon,
Yeah, no.
if that.
Yep. Couldn't
This is a $30 bourbon, if that.
Yep.
The only reason I
not
gave it a 2
agree
and not a
more.
1 is because it's part of the series. That's
Yep.
pretty much it. And if you want to finish the series,
Yep.
yeah, you're gonna go
I'm
get it.
spending this. I'm gonna go buy
Yeah, I'm not buying
46.
this.
I'm gonna
You
go
know,
buy
in fact-
46 cask.
Hey, you know what? I
I'm
have the
gonna,
I have the
just enjoy
RC6
something that I know. Yeah.
I have the RC6. I have the C Pre.
Yeah, so, but
the
now you're-
FAE-01.
FAE.
But guess what?
But now you're putting it into context. Like, take it out of the context. And as all the bourbons that are out there today,
No, you
there
can't.
are way worse
You
things.
can't
that-
judge
gonna go
value
grab-
without the context.
Yeah,
dude.
listen,
Come on.
let me go back. Let me go.
With how much you're paying?
Remember the 2
With how much
French
you're paying.
oak? Remember the 2 French
Yeah, the
oak
ones
ones?
that, yeah, that's right.
That's more unique than this,
True.
and I would say it
And that
has
was a
better
better
value
profile.
than this.
Okay, I'm gonna go down. I'm down to a 2. You're right.
I don't know what is going on. This is like it's like an echo chamber. We're like, oh yeah, this is really great. So everybody say it's great. It's great. No.
That's what you do.
Are you insane?
I don't know.
You're on the Reddit boards.
Initially, when I tried this, I don't know. For some reason, it didn't hit my palate as being bad. But as I dig
It's not
into it,
bad.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
It's just you got to compare with everything else, dude.
Okay. All right, let's get our final tallies.
right.
But before we do that, should we find out what we scored FAE-01? Just for-
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to know.
Well, actually, let's give our final scores
Okay.
first. Okay, so I ended up at a 73,
62.
67.
which will give us our final official score for FAE-02 from Maker's Mark. 67. And let's see now what we gave FAE-01. You guys ready for this?
Yeah.
Dude, that's a bronze in
Okay.
our competition.
Dylan, what did you give this?
67.
You gave FAE-01. Do you think it was higher or lower?
Higher.
70.
Yeah.
So a little higher. Jewel,
62 on this FAE-02.
what do you think you gave
I think
FAE-01?
I gave it higher.
Yeah, 72.
Whoa. By 10,
10 points,
10
yeah.
points.
This is hilarious.
This is the.
I gave this a 73.
Did you go down?
I gave FAE-01 a 73.
Oh, okay, that tracks. That tracks.
All in all, our
You're
final...
Mr. Even Stevens.
Yeah, I am. Our final score here was 67. The final score on the FAE-01 was a 71. So we slightly preferred that.
You know, more power to people who are. I mean, like, this is available everywhere. Like, I go to Venmo, it's sitting there, doesn't get sold.
The FAE-01 has been sitting on the shelves right now.
Yeah.
Like
You can get it, go to Vaughn's, there's like a million of them.
No.
It is just not nearly as good as the other ones.
No, FAE-02. Like, this was, I went there and I was like, oh, I guess no one cares because there's literally a box sitting in front of a full rack of FAE.
No.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, a fun a fun review. We're getting ready now to
It was
jump
an
into our...
interrogation of Dutch.
It was, and you guys talked me out. I went from a 78
This
down
is a
to $90
bottle, guys.
This is why we have a panel, guys, to keep us in check. Jewel, take us out.
Tell us what you guys think in the comments below. Give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Just let us know either way. Subscribe for more videos from Curiosity Public. If you want to help us out, please consider joining our membership program, Curiosity Private. You'll get, well, not sneak peek, you get an awesome view of our blind challenge with all the makers variations. Also, if you're on Patreon, you get that as well. If you want to help our channel out, another great way is with buying t-shirts. You can get one like that, I think, still on our t-shirt shop. Hopefully it hasn't been taken down. Link will be in the description. Check out our pod and all the major podcast platforms out there. As always, stay safe, stay healthy.
Stay curious.
It's probably easier just to be like everybody else. Like, oh, it's great. It's great. Everything is great. Everything is great.
That's you guys.
I went back and I tried the
Sponsored
RC.
by.
Exactly.
I went back and I tried the RC6. Like after I tried the FAE-02, and it was like,
Oh, wait,
oh my gosh.
Hey, don't taint it. Don't taint it. I want to.
5?
Let's do the blind, guys. Let's do the blind.
I want predictions though. You know what I think? I think
I think we're gonna pick
I'm
the
gonna
Lee.
go. That's what
I think we're gonna pick the Lee.
Yeah.
I think we're all gonna pick the Lee. Or the RC6.